if you students want to sit down, you can do that too. At this time, I'd like to introduce our superintendent of schools, one of the guys who has worked very hard toward the passing of the bond for this school and for the construction of this new field house. I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Bill Wilson.
I want to take an opportunity to thank everyone who's made the effort to come today to share with us in this ceremony. It's been a day that we've dreamed about for some time, and it's been way overdue. We're finally realizing the initial beginning of a new field house. Today we take time to say thanks, Stigler. Thanks for supporting us, supporting the school system. It's a team that's unbeatable, welded by the belief that an effort to improve the quality of education for all children, regardless of wealth, creed, or color. And I say thank you, business community. Thank you, parents. Thank you, students. You are some of the very best students anywhere in the state of Oklahoma and the United States of America. In my office, there's a small plaque, and each day I try to take time to read that plaque. It says, "God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." The eventuality of this high school gymnasium took a lot of courage, a lot of wisdom from many, many people within the community of Stigler. Many of those people are with us today, and I want to take time to recognize them. Here in front, we have Mary Gates, who is the regent for the Carl Albert Junior College. She's accompanied by Dr. Jim James, vice president for Carl Albert, and Charlene Wallace, the assistant to the president for Carl Albert. Carl Albert Junior College has been one of our companions in the educational process. They have scholarshiped 10 or 12 students over the past 2 years through the Scholars Program. We say thank you, Carl Albert, for your participation in our efforts. Mr. Powers, Dr. J.N. Baker from Chi Michi Votech, we're glad to have you with us today. They are the forerunners in bringing us new information concerning the possibility of a Votech system. Roy Dixon, chairman of the Haskell County Industrial Authority. Larry Godfrey, Stigler Mayor. Larry, we do appreciate your involvement in the planning of this process. We look forward to working with you in the coming days. Robert Floyd, City Manager of Stigler. One person who has been a companion throughout the process and probably maybe has been unreplaceable, uncomparable in getting the information to the people. Linus Williams, the managing editor of the Stigler News Sentinel. He has taken the information fairly and precisely and presented it to the public, giving the public an opportunity to vote. Linus, we do appreciate that. Jerry Jackson, First National Bank of Stigler. He's accompanied today with the Executive Vice President Ralph White, Don Harris, and Jerry Terrell. For those of you who may be unaware, the First National Bank of Stigler purchased the bonds, purchased it at an interest rate that the Stigler school system and the district could afford to pay. A very competitive rate, one that we did not receive from the other institutions of banks, banking associations, and we say thank you for that competitiveness. And foremost, the Board of Education. These are the men and women who had to make the decision, whether it would be popular or unpopular, whether the need existed or didn't exist, to propose the construction of a high school gymnasium. In digging through the files, I came upon an old site plan that was constructed some 10 years ago, at the time the high school building was built. On that site plan, I found this particular site had been set aside for the construction of a gymnasium. 10 years ago. So it's only the fruitful ending of a plan that was initiated 10 years ago. Many of these people have been on the board during that time. This is not their first and hopefully not their last construction process. But I do want to introduce the board members to you. Newly elected board member-elect, Wesley Shelton. Wes. We have Fred Fenton, who's with us. Fred. Carol Huggins, Sherman Dix, Neva Brigham is serving as our vice president. And we're saying goodbye to a good friend who has served as president of our Board of Education. Been a member for 11 years. During that time, he has seen the development of the middle school PE facility. He was on the board during the construction of the high school gymnasium. He was on the board during the remodeling of the grade school building. During that 11 years, very few school districts can match what Stigler has accomplished. This time, in saying goodbye, I want to present Mr. Terrell with a plaque of our appreciation for his service. Mr. Terrell. In closing, I want to read something that was published in the Stigler News Sentinel and bears repeating. It was written from a couple in Oklahoma City. Thought you would appreciate this article clipped from our paper, the Daily Oklahoman. It's great to see Stigler getting recognition across the state. As Stigler graduates, we follow the sports programs very closely and are always proud of the accomplishments of our teams. Continued success to all, and we look forward to seeing the team in Oklahoma City. Stigler is number one. Congratulations.
At this time, I'd like to ask our athletic director, David McSpadden, to step forward.
Thank you, Mr. Sal. I'd just like to say on behalf of all the athletic department, the coaches, and all of our athletes that I want to express our appreciation to everyone in the community that's made this new facility possible. You know, there's a lot of you here that have been, but I've been part of the Stigler community for 40 years now. And I've always said that we have, and I know this to be true every year, maybe a little bit more, that we have one of the finest schools, and I know we have one of the finest student bodies of anyone in the state. And this facility is something I think our students, our school deserves, and we appreciate you making this possible for us. At this time, I'd like to introduce our girls basketball coach, Mr. Bob Turner. And by the way, our Pantherettes are ranked number one in the state, and Coach Turner has done a fine job with our girls basketball program.
Thank you. Without our student body and all of our fans, I don't think this being number one would be possible. So really, this is all a credit to you more than anyone else. Before I get started, we've got a special presentation the ball team would like to make, and I'd like to call up our only senior girl and Captain Bobby Mahan to make this presentation, and then I'll get on with mine.
Basketball team and coaches, we'd like to present Mr. and Mrs. Linus T. Williams with 2 Stigler hats for their support and the write-ups that they give us in the Stigler News Sentinel. like to thank the merchants and the other people of Stigler for making this capable of us getting a new gym. Thank you.
We've been to gyms all over the state. We went down to Cobbett this year, and no matter where we go, Mr. Linus T. Williams and Mr. Williams are always there writing for us and watching us and taking care of us. And with people like this, it makes our job a lot easier, so we thank you, Mr. Williams. On behalf of the girls basketball team, which we are currently ranked number 1 in the state of Oklahoma, which these girls to me are definitely number 1, whether the papers think so or not. We have the finest group of young ladies that you could ask for anywhere. We represent Stigler well, not only as winning and being ranked number 1, but these young ladies, they never cause a bit of problem. They never do anything wrong. They just go out there and play ball and get after it. And we've had referees and other coaches praise us on them with their behavior, that they're always nice and polite. And to me, I'm more proud of them for that than anything. We would like to thank the merchants, the people of Stigler, from the girls basketball team for giving us the support. We feel like that we deserve a new gym to play in, and we're going to have one next year, and hopefully we can continue our way. We'd like to thank the school board for backing us and giving us this opportunity, and we'd like to especially thank Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson is another one that wherever we go to, he backs us and all. And I read an article in the paper the other day that came from Connors that Dr. Westbrook wrote, said that athletic programs are only as good as administration will let them be. And we believe this all the way. If the administration is not behind you, I don't think you can ever be successful. And we'd like to thank Mr. Wilson for being behind us and backing us all the way. Again, everyone that's been involved with this and helped us. These young ladies got on the phone the night of the election and made a lot of calls, and they worked hard, and we're looking forward to playing in a new facility next year. And they've already promised me that they'll be a better team next year than we are this year. Thank you.
Now I'd like to introduce our boys basketball coach. And by the way, our boys have an excellent chance and right now are in the lead in our conference. And it's been a while since we've done that. And this Coach Steve O'Daffer.
First of all, I'd just like to, again, I think they let me speak about third or fourth because there's rumor around that I talk a lot. But that's just rumor, I think. But really, I do want to also express my gratitude for the business people of this community and the administration, the school board, Mr. Linus and the paper. There's so many other people, which I know I'm leaving out, but we are very, very appreciative of all the things you supported us with. I tell you what, our boys are really excited this year. They've seen more support. They've told me anyway. I've only been here, this is my second year, as you all know, but they've told me they've seen more support this year than they've had for a long time, and it means a bunch to these guys. It really makes them want to work hard out there, and I appreciate it very much as a coach. There's a couple things I would like to say. First of all, it's one of these things where it takes a community. It's a community that works together, that performs together. And what the girls do, what the boys do, a lot of times they leave out, but the people behind it, the administration, all you other people, we just want to let you know again how much we appreciate you. Okay, I'd like right now to introduce the girls basketball squad, the team right now ranked number 1 in Oklahoma Class 3A. I'm going to start from the seniors and work my way down. Okay, Bobby Mahan, please come on up and stand before us right up here, please. Okay, Kristen Butler. I know they usually say, wait till they all get introduced, but I'm going to say clap for each one because I think they deserve it. Beth Fenton. Kelly Hatcher. She's kind of shy. Here she comes. She's blushing. Stacy Johnson. I was going to say something about each one of them, but I didn't want to get beat up afterwards, so I decided not to say anything about them. Kelly Jordan. Kelly Shipley. Lenore Williams. Michelle Willoughby. Stephanie Craze. Donnell Mathis. Twyla Miller. Pam Patton. Adria Bailey, better known as AJ. Stacey Cates. Paula White. And Sandy Wilson. And last but not least, a manager is very important. I know that because to keep you in line. And Carla Barlow. Okay, I would like my boys' team to step behind these young ladies as they're announced tonight, today here. Darren Riddle. I tell you what, these guys are starting to eat right or something because they sure are playing some ball lately here. Ray Sturgis. David Bumpers. Todd Martin. Jet McEvane. Jeff Campbell. Mike Wade. Philip Thompson. Glenn Stubblefield. Charlie Folsom. Chuck Kilgore. Dennis Dix. And Tommy Doherty. The last thing I'd like to say is we really appreciate this man. He's with us everywhere, and he does a lot of things behind the scenes. And I'd like for everyone to give a hand to Van, right over there. I just want to thank you very much, and I'm very proud to be the head coach here at Stigler High, and I look for good things in the future here. Thank you very much. You guys, stay on up here. Don't be shy. Come on up here. We got to put you guys to work. Come up here. Mr. Wilson.
These young people who are playing on our high school boys and girls basketball team are creating a tradition of winning that we seem to take for granted, but when we lose, it almost surprises us anymore. We just expect to win. That same tradition carries over into the classroom. It would really surprise you if I asked the straight A students in this group to step forward, because probably better than half of them would be taking a step. If I told the students to have A and B averages to step forward, almost all of them would step forward. So the people who have that winning attitude on the basketball court also display the same attitude in the classroom. I want to thank Mary Adcock and the band members for coming out today. I have never heard the national anthem played any better by a Stigler High School band, and that's a compliment. Now to the matter of business, to break ground on a facility that we hope to open next December when Stigler Public Schools hosts the Stigler Basketball Festival with Sallisaw, Durant, and Colbert joining Stigler teams for a 2-day tournament. We hope that you will put that on your schedule and plan to be with us. I would ask that the board members, you would come forward in the area between our guests and the basketball team. We will break ground on the new high school gymnasium.
Well, I got all the dirt. Oh, no, I don't know.
We can get the board. The board is standing in an area that is fairly close to the front of the playing court of the new gymnasium. Students, where you're standing in the lobby, and in the area beyond you is the porch, landing, and parking lot.
Hey, move. Hi.
This first spade of dirt, may God bless the future of Stigler High School.
Y'all squat.
Have at it.
Hey, get home.
Get up.